Hello there, welcome. I'm Mayor Fletch. I'm the mayor of the mythical town Simpleville. Population 13. Salute! Let's go over a few rules of Simpleville. Easy. I came up with them. I think it's right, and I hope you agree. We have no politics, no swearing, no personal attacks. We leave all ugliness outside the city limits. So basically, inside the limits, we're going to have fun. We're going to talk positive. We're going to keep everything outside our city limits. No dwelling on things that we can't control. Remember, our glass is half full. All citizens of Simpleville, the glasses are half full. So, let's move on. This is brought up from a citizen to me about parking. And what do you do when you go park at, say, grocery store or possibly a sporting event? The question is, do you pull in forward or do you pull back into the spot? Now, I know generally most people tend to drive forward into their parking spot. But there's occasions you might want to think about backing up in a spot. So let's say, for an example, grocery store. Probably 90% of people pull into their spot forward and park. Go in, grab their groceries, and like myself, I have a van. So push the cart, back end is hanging out as I pulled forward into the parking spot. Then that way I can load my groceries into the van and definitely put the cart in the corral when you're done. So yes, easy to drive in, but let's think about going backwards now. Now, do you look both ways? I know maybe there's a couple of vans, one on each side you can't see. Do you kind of slowly go out and wait for that somebody to with a horn, That's how they alert you, if you're coming out too quick. So, do you rely on your backup mirror? I just purchased a van and now I have a backup mirror. Or not, I take that back, a backup camera. Do you rely on that? I do a little bit. I'm old fashioned. Hey, I'm a boomer. Turn around, use the mirrors, whatever. And the backup cameras are nice. I guess the alerts are even nice. I mean, it scares the daylights out of you, as you probably know if you got a newer vehicle. So yes, it's a challenge. If you don't have them, you just wait till somebody honks, or else they should be nice about it. Just wait till you get out because they'll probably want your spot anyhow. So another example is we are a suburb of the Twin Cities. And of course, Simpleville, we're a small town. We don't have a lot of car ramps. So if you go to the Twin Cities, say if you want to go to see the Minnesota Twins, you want to go see Minnesota Timberwolves, they have 3 parking garages that you drive in a circle and go all the way up. If you're kind of the last one there, you're going to the top. So you're doing a lot of circles to get up there. So maybe you're an earlier, you like to go early to the game. I think in these, most people now, you start thinking about it, especially in the lower part, back in or driving forward. Now, I know a lot of people that are just not confident going backwards will wheel in there first and, forward first. But I guess if there's not a whole lot of people behind you, especially those car ramps, do you back in? I think that's the best way of doing things because they'll allow you to back in at that time. Everybody's bright, they're all happy, excited to get to go to a game and look forward to that. But, you start thinking about it after the game, people are tired. They want to get home. They want to crash on a couch. So, when you get back to that car ramp, and there's 100 cars coming down the old ramp trying to get out, and there you are trying to back out of your parking spot, hey, it's not fun. There's a lot of tough people, mean people out there that just won't give you a break. Most people will, but there's occasions you got to force your way into things too sometimes. You got to be a little aggressive. So I think, especially when you're backing up, you can't see, and the person behind you's got to leave you plenty of room to swing out. So I think, you can share your comments too. I think the best way is backing up. Sometimes, either way, whatever direction, you got to back up one of the times. So I would definitely, those car ramps, I would back into them. That way, when you get back, you're just as tired and cranky as everybody else, and you just want to get home. And if you backed in when you got there, all you have to do is jump in, and you got to be aggressive. You just keep poking at least you can see too. You keep poking that front end out, and get in line. Most people will let you get in line right away then, but you do need to be aggressive. Just inch that front end out there. They'll stop waiting and let you get in. So leave a comment. I don't know, just something to think about. Share some stories. I've not had any horror stories. I've had some people get upset. Usually with the guys or gals had a little too many cocktails and not in the greatest mood. They want to get home. They want to get out of there. So I know it's not the biggest issue in our town. To think about, something to think about. But yeah, I definitely, in those bigger ramps in our when you go to Twin Cities, I would back in. I think people they'll let you do it. They'll at least give you some room. They're not in the biggest hurry to get to the sporting event, but definitely something to think about. So, well, that's about all the mayor has to say for today. Before I go, let me give you a little preview of what we're going to talk about next time. Again, not a hard-hitting issue, but standing in line waiting to pay for something. We're going to talk about that. So, I'll see you then, citizens. Until next time, keep it simple.